Hi, everyone. Good evening. Mm. Ah, I had forgotten to put on the alarm for tonight, so I just finished watching a movie and realized that I had like 3 minutes until I was meeting here with all of you. So I'm kind of landing in as we speak. Mm. Mm. So beautiful to have you all here. Mm. Oh, let's take a deep breath together, land in our bodies, into the place where you are, and into this circle. Today, we will read about honor the sacred and sacred spaces as spiritual practice. I think this will be a beautiful and nourishing evening ceremony for all of us. So I think I'm diving in. Honor the sacred. Now it is here. Look around. The disease of taking is destruction in making. Please, no more faking. We are awakening, quite literally, cancer. Exploitation is not the answer. Everything is not okay, no matter what the box say. This is not how it has to be, not how it has been, certainly not what will be. Everything connected, taking from life is taking from all life, your life, my life, our life. Taking with no giving is killing. Reciprocation honors all creation, one nation, all nations. Reconciliation can heal every faction. Respect where we intersect, all the way down to the littlest insect. Honor all flesh. Every story lived faces death. Cherish each breath. Still there is hope left. Love happens, healing happens, miracle happen. This much we know. This is our journey. Each of us the hero, the miracle, the center of change, the center of choice. Our next choice is the choice our ancestors told stories of. What we choose in this present moment is everything. Are we, I, choosing to tend the garden of life? Come together through life, or come together through death. We are always together. Remember, everything else is illusion. Born from the mother, return to the mother. No fear. Great Spirit dances in cycles, birth and death, meeting at every point, every moment, full circle, balance will be restored. Beautiful poem. Unity Sferazza. Spiritual practice, sacred space. Hi, Katis. Beautiful to have you here. Wakan Oko. There are two sacred spaces that are important in keeping us spiritually grounded. Our indoor spaces and our outdoor spaces. This can also refer to our subconscious and conscious. While it's easy for us to appreciate the breathtaking beauty of Mother Earth, unblemished natural landscapes, we often pay little attention to our indoor environments, which are where we spend most of our lives. Even though we spend most of our time inside, we tend to have very unhealthy indoor spaces. Far too many architects over the last several decades have designed our living spaces with no understanding of how energy moves, let alone how our home spaces need to be sacred places. There are exceptions, such as Frank Lloyd's Wright's masterpiece, Falling Water, which is brilliant integration of indoors and outdoors in a home. But most architects merely design our spaces to be minimally functional. Even high-end homes may have more square footage, higher ceilings, and better appliances, but they're certainly not given spiritual consideration. Simply putting a big Buddha head statue in the foyer of a mansion doesn't make the inhabitants spiritual, nor does it make the space sacred. However, the indigenous peoples have understood the spiritual energy of our indoor and outdoor spaces for thousands of years. The study and practice of spiritually harmonizing people with their indoor and outdoor environments is an ancient practice taught by Grandmother Earth with sacred geometry. Indigenous cultures all over the world have listened to the earth for guidance on how to build their homes and how to dress. The Lakota people in the plains built teepees, easy to build and take down to allow a nomadic hunting life. And the Alaskan people built homes with ice and snow, allowing them to withstand the long cold winters. All these homes are round to allow the energy to flow freely, and because where there are no corners, there is nowhere to hide. It would be impractical to cover the immense and detailed understanding of indigenous buildings in this short section about the spiritual practice of sacred spaces. But the similarities between all indigenous principles of building and indigenous Native American spirituality are striking. All are based on four principles: energy flow, natural elements, grounding elements, and healing acceptance. Energy flow is the universal energy that moves all things, seen and unseen. The same energy that natives call spirit or sacred movement, Takuwakan Skanskanyan. I'm really not sure how that is pronounced, but there's an interesting similarity between the Native American medicine wheel and the Bhagwa, in that the Bhagwa is the eight-sided shape that represents the energy map of the primary principle of Feng Shui, and the medicine wheel is a circular energy map of the primary principles of indigenous native spirituality, including the sacred hoop of life. There is also Vastu Shastra, an indigenous Indian practice that's thought to predate Feng Shui by at least 1,000 years. In fact, many indigenous cultures all over the earth have long known of the spiritual energy that's shared between us humans and our sacred spaces. The idea of this practice of spiritually reconnecting with our personal spaces is simple. All it requires is finding small ways to bring nature indoors and get us back out in nature. The power of our private sanctuary, our home, can help us let go of the expectations and pressures that were placed onto our shoulders by the outside world, so we can ground ourselves and heal our unseen wounds. To begin, let's get creative and imagine all the ways we can bring nature back into our sacred spaces, based on our senses of sight, smell, hearing, taste, and touch, as well as our psychic senses, as well as our psychic senses. Keep in mind that each of us has a unique spiritual journey, so we will each have a different sacred space. Sight. When it's time to update your artwork, and let's be honest, it's probably time. Choose artwork with nature-based themes and natural materials that makes you feel relaxed, calm, and happy. The same goes for things in your home, such as furniture and anything to do with home and outdoor decor, including paint, wallpaper, tile, and landscape design choices. Begin to notice the lighting you have around your home. Lighting can improve the mood and atmosphere, and it can also decrease eye fatigue and headaches. Open those curtains and let in the sun. Let your eyes rest upon things that are beautiful. Smell. The smell of pine after summer rain, the smell of a wet dog shaking off after jumping in the lake, and the smell of a campfire. These are all powerful enough to evoke even the most remote memories. Aromas can wake up our senses and live in us and bring a heightened sense of awareness to our environment. We can add beautiful aromas to our homes every now and then to create another layer of ambience to our sanctuary by crushing some lavender, burning some sweet grass, cleansing our space by burning a little sage, or burning some cedar when we pray. We can use smell to lift ourselves up into a higher mood of tranquility and positive energy. Hearing. In the wind blowing, are the birds singing, or is there thunder rolling in from the distance? Open your windows. It may seem obvious to bring in beautiful sounds or music to better our space and mood, but often our sense of hearing is something we take for granted. We forget to close our eyes and listen to all that's going on in the space around us. The opposite is also true. If there's traffic or construction or other human-made noise, make effort to block the noise or seek silence. The key to the sense of hearing is to combine it with other senses. Good music in a room with perfect lighting and the scented candle, or having the windows open while we work on a passion project, can be amazing for self-care. Taste. Our sense of taste is important because it's directly tied to both our emotions and our nervous system. The flavors of sweet, sour, salty, bitter, savory, and umami all have the ability to instantly change our mood and lift our spirits. We can enhance our experience when we create a dish that matches the mood we want and take it outside to eat. We can do the same with a favorite beverage. The idea is for us to understand that food is medicine. Refreshments are served at gatherings to bless our guests with refreshing energy and replenish the body with life. Going outside and enjoying our life-giving food, bite by bite, instead of mindlessly eating in front of the TV or scrolling through our mobile devices will help replenish the body and the spirit. Touch. Our sense of touch is ruled by pain or pleasure, and nearly every part of our body can feel this sense. Use your sense of touch to experience pleasure with those things you come in physical contact with, which can be simple, everyday items that we take for granted. It could be the cup you use for coffee or tea, or the handles or knobs on your drawers and drawers, or the razor in the bathroom. You can upgrade the objects you touch in your house every day and make the world a better place while you're at it. Use bamboo or wood-handled dish scrubbers and kitchen utensils instead of plastic ones. Invest in a safety razor and stop throwing plastic razors and cartridges into the environment. Begin to do more things by hand rather than using modern world conveniences. Touch your food to prepare it instead of just dumping it out of a can into a bowl and microwaving it. It's healing to work with your food by making it from fresh ingredients, to touch it, to bless it, and to infuse your love into it. Cooking and cleaning can be therapeutic, meditative, fulfilling, and even fun when done with heartfelt intention. Psychic senses. We should never underestimate how much unseen energy affects us. When we share space with sentient beings, we're also sharing their natural energy, and this natural and unseen energy plays a role in our healing and self-actualization in ways we may not even realize. Our sacred spaces are vessels for love, and we need to feed and nurture that love. We can do this by taking the time to walk the dog or lay with the cat. We can bring real plants into our home instead of fake plastic ones. We can grow our own herbs and medicines. Not only can our home be a natural incubator in the development of our psychic senses, but sharing our lives with sentient beings that we nurture and love helps the negative fall away just by inviting them into our home. When we do many little things with great intention across a wide range of our senses, they compound and amplify the energy and greatly harmonize our sacred spaces. Oh, that's beautiful. And all of these small things in your everyday life truly makes a difference. If it's something that living in the space where I live, in the temple forest, have taught me, it's that building a relationship and having things around which are created from relationship, it creates a flow of energy, and it creates a life force happens in that. So this to me was amazing. It may seem like small little things, but they make up the whole difference. And tomorrow we will step into the next chapter, which is about the center of life. I salute the light within your eyes, where the whole universe dwells. For when you are at the center within you, and I'm that place within me, we shall be one. It's a beautiful quote from the well-known Lakota Crazy Horse. I'm so much looking forward to seeing and reading more of that tomorrow. And I'm looking forward to seeing you all tomorrow morning for the morning ceremony as well. thank you so much for tonight and all of my love. Thank you.